Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Hello everyone and welcome to your English class. In our lesson today, we'll continue with our second unit. Our lesson today is the form, meaning and function in your books, page 30 and 31. All you need for the lesson today is your books, page 30 and 31, a sheet of paper and a pen to take down your notes. So let's get started. By the end of today's lesson, you will be able to use independent clauses in sentences. Also, you will be able to use past dependent clauses in sentences. Also, you will be able to express enthusiasm with intensifiers and adjectives. Okay, let's get started. Let's start with this story. Here we're going to highlight some of the grammatical functions we're speaking about. It was raining very hard and there was a lot of lightning. I didn't want to walk in the rain, so I took a taxi. When I reached my friend's house, the rain had stopped. After we played football, we felt really hungry. We could go to a restaurant, yet it's still raining. We decided to order food and watch TV. Unfortunately, it started raining and the delivery boy couldn't make it, so they canceled the order. Since our order was canceled, we had homemade sandwiches for dinner. We're going to revisit the story every now and then to highlight the functions we're speaking about today. Okay, at the beginning in here from the story, it was raining very hard and there was a lot of lightning. I didn't want to walk in the rain, so I took a taxi. We could go to a restaurant, yet it is still raining. From each one of these sentences, we're having two parts. Let's check the first sentence. It was raining very hard. This is the first part. And the second one, there was a lot of lightning. So each one of these we call it a clause. However, each one of them can stand by itself. It gives you a complete thought. Let's check in here. We're having, what do we mean when we're saying a clause? A clause means it's a part of a sentence that functions as a complete thought. Clauses contain a subject and a verb. It was raining really hard. There was a lot of lightning. A complete idea. It can stand alone by itself, but the two ideas or the two thoughts together will complete each other. We're having a subject and verb, a subject and a verb. Clauses are of two kinds. We're having the independent clause and the dependent. Example for the independent, like a meteorite crashed into the house. Neighbors heard a terrific sound. No one reported the police. The dependent one, when they arrived home, after I got home, and as I saw you. So we're having an idea in here. However, we have to complete the thought. We still wait for more information. However, for the independent ones, we have a complete thought. It can stand alone, and it had already gave you the complete information. Okay, independent clauses, the ones that can stand alone. It was raining and there was a lot of lightning. We could go to a restaurant, yet it's still raining. Let's check in here. This is the first independent clause, and this is the second independent clause. How did we join these two together? We connect them together. We can use and in the second sentence we can use yet. We could go to a restaurant. This is the first thought, and it's still raining. This is the second independent clause. So the first one, we call it an independent clause, and the second one as well as an independent clause. I can say that it was raining, and it can stand alone as well as there was a lot of lightning. However, if I want to connect them, I will connect them with yet or but, and we're having at, and we can call these are the coordinating conjunctions. They connect two independent clauses. They connect two ideas. So they connect. It was raining when there was a lot of lightning. So each two independent clauses can be connected with coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions, examples for them, some of them are and, but, yet, so, and we're having or. Like, I didn't want to walk in the rain, so I took a taxi. Here we have used so to connect the two sentences. Also, we couldn't go to the restaurant, yet it is still raining. We decided to order and watch TV. So it connects two independent clauses. Two ideas, we will connect them together. Okay, in your book's page 30, independent clauses with and, but, or, so, and yet. An independent clause expresses a complete thought and can stand alone as a sentence. A meteorite crashed through the two-story house. This is one independent clause. Two or more independent clauses can be combined with coordinating conjunction words, like, such as, and, but, or, so, and we're having yet. When a sentence includes two independent clauses joined by a coordinating conjunction, one of those, use a comma before the coordinating conjunction. Like here, neighbors said they hear a noise, yet no one reported it to the police. We have a yet, and we will connect them by a comma. So before the and, yet, and the others, just use a comma. Another example, Mr. and Mrs. Fawcett's house was destroyed, comma, so they moved. So we're having here a comma, then the coordinating conjunction, followed by the other one, which is the other independent clause. Okay, now here, exercise K, page 97. Combine the sentences. You will use one of the coordinating conjunctions, and, but, or, so, and you can use yet. The man ate the pizza and drank soda. He wasn't hungry, and he wasn't thirsty. We can join these three sentences. We can say the man ate the pizza and drank the soda. Now here we will use a comma, so he wasn't hungry or thirsty. Number 2, we can study hurricanes, and we can also the other sentence, we can study the planetary system. So we can study hurricanes or the planetary system. I read the science book. I saw the scientific documentary too. Two can tell you that we're having both of them. I read the science book and I saw the scientific documentary too. Number 4, I like hot air balloons. However, I am scared of heights. Positive and negative. I like hot air balloons, but or yet, I am scared of heights. It could be a helicopter. It could be a plane. So we're having two options. It could be a helicopter or a plane. Number 6, I don't like guessing. I will wait for the facts. So I don't like guessing, so I will wait for the facts. It might be a weather balloon. It could be a UFO. It might be a weather balloon, the other option, or it could be a UFO. I wanted to get home quickly. As a result, I took a shortcut through the park. I wanted to get home quickly, so I took a shortcut through the park. I don't think the human race can live on another planet. Scientists are investigating the possibility. I don't think the human race can live on another planet. However, but or yet, scientists are investigating the possibility. Read the two sentences and decide which coordinating conjunction is the most suitable to connect them together. Are they the same? We can use and, we're having options, you can use are, but we're having but when we're having positive and negative. Okay. And here, go back to the story. When I reached my friend's house, the rain had stopped. After we played football, we felt really hungry. Since our order was cancelled, we had homemade sandwiches for dinner. And here, we're having two sentences, or let's say two thoughts. The first one in here, when I reached my friend's house, the rain had stopped. The first one is dependent because we need more information to clarify. The thought is not enough, so it is dependent. We have to add something more on it. Dependent, it can't stand alone. The information is not enough for them. When I tell you, when we finish from this class, then what information? You need something more to complete the idea for you. So, in here, the past with dependent time clause. After we played football, is that enough? No, we still need more information. We felt really hungry. So what happened after we played football? We felt really hungry. Then, this is the time clause, which tells you when did you feel really hungry? You will say after we played football. And the second one is the main clause because this one is going to give you the result. So, the time clause usually starts with after, before, when, or while. And usually it needs further information to complete the thought or the idea. After we finish this class, then what might happen? It is here, as we have mentioned, it is the time clause. It tells you at which time this thing happened. And just like any other sentence that we're having a comma in the middle, we can start with the main clause. We can say, we felt really hungry after we played football. We felt really hungry after we played football, with no commas in here, and notice the capitalization in here. You can change the order between the time and the main clause. One thing to notice, that usually in the time clause, it's always with after, you have to use the simple past tense. After we played, use the simple past tense. Whenever we're having when, after, before, or the others, you will use the simple past tense with the dependent clauses. In your books, page 30, the past with dependent time clause, we can talk about past events using the time clause that start with when, as soon as, before, after, while, until, and as well as since. When the time clause comes before the main clause, so we start with them. We started with when, as soon as, or the others. Use a comma between the two clauses. So in here, when they arrived home, they discovered to their amazement that the meteorite had crashed through the house. So we have started with when. That's why it will end up with here we're having a comma. It is the time clause. It tells you when this thing happened. Now in your books, page 30, exercise A, complete the witness report with the correct form of the verb in the past. So whenever we're having each one of these words, when, as soon as, we will use the simple past, and the other will follow. While I was walking to work, I heard a lot of people shouting, and then I heard a very loud crash. Before I heard the crash, what happened? I had seen lights above me. So at the beginning, I see, then I hear. So I had seen the lights before I heard. Lights above me. And I hear a humming sound. And I had heard a humming sound. When I arrived at the park, a really large crowd already gathered around something. Here, I arrived. Before I arrived, a group of people had gathered. Before that, a group of people had gathered around something which had fallen. So had fallen, had gathered, then I arrived. Had fallen out of the sky. People be quiet, terrific. So people were quite terrified because they never had seen anything like that before. Some people called the police and some other people ran away. So notice the order of the events, which one is the past and which one happened before past and the past perfect. Okay, expressing enthusiasm with intensifiers and adjectives. Let's check the sentences in here. It was raining very hard. Also, we felt really hungry. The sandwiches were quite delicious. In here, we are describing the things and we are telling you that it's not only hard, it was very hard. We are expressing let's say expressing strong feeling. So very hard. I wasn't hungry, I was really hungry. The sandwiches were delicious, more quite delicious. They were quite delicious. So when we're speaking about hard, on a timeline we can say hard 4 out of 10. However, when I say very hard, it means 10 out of 10. How about hungry? I was hungry. I was 4 out of 10. On a scale of a 10, 4 out of 10. I was really hungry. I was starving. So it is 10 out of 10. So when you are using these intensifiers like very, really, quiet, you're telling me it's not hungry, very hungry. The level you are raising the bar. Okay, what do we mean with intensifiers? They are words like very, really, absolutely, and quiet. You are intensifying, you are highlighting, stressing. I'm not hungry, I'm very hungry, more, telling me that you are more, describing it with being more than usual. It was really raining very hard. I felt really hungry, and the sandwiches were quite delicious. So not delicious, quiet, very. So we use them with adjectives. So before the adjectives, notice hard, very hungry, quiet, really hungry, and quiet, delicious. We use them before the adjectives to express enthusiasm, extreme feeling with something. Here, expressing enthusiasm with intensifiers and adjectives, your book's page 30. We use adverbs like very, quiet, really, pretty, extremely to make adjectives stronger. These adverbs are normally placed before the adjective. Pretty good, really hungry. For example, Ali is very tall. Also, Ali is an extremely active student. Science is pretty interesting. Science is a really interesting subject. Faisal is quite short, and Faisal is quite intelligent. Notice that these adverbs, these intensifiers, we use them before the adjective, before tall, high, intelligent, and interesting. Adjectives are of two types, whether they are gradable like scary, good, small, and big. They can come into steps. And ungradable like terrific, one level, ancient, tiny, massive. Intensifiers that we can use with the gradable are very, really, extremely, and you can use absolutely, really, and quite with an ungradable. Notice that we can use really with both the gradable and the non-gradable. How about the gradable adjectives like scary, small, good, big, and we're having old? How can you know that this adjective is gradable? Ask a question of how. Can you ask a question of how old? So it is a gradable. How old is he? He's old, or he is very old. it's a gradable adjective. It can come in two levels. Here, how old is he? He's old. He's very old. He is really old. So, gradable. How about the non-gradable adjectives? When I say very old, this is a strong adjective. The non-gradable is ancient, nothing more. And you can intensify them using other intensifiers like absolutely ancient. So they are, we can say old, very old, extremely old. Then we will go to the non-gradable ancient. We can describe it as being absolutely ancient. So going from the lowest to the highest, from old until extremely or absolutely ancient. Gradable adjectives like scary, good, interesting, small, and big, you can describe them using very, really, and quiet. And then ungradable like terrific, amazing, fascinating, tiny, and massive, you can use the intensifiers or adverbs absolutely, really, and quiet. Note that we can use really with both the gradable and the non-gradable, here and there, really and really. And it means a lot, but we use quiet before the gradable adjective, it means a little. When you use quiet with the non-gradable, so it means completely. So the meaning will be different when we use quiet here with the gradable or the non-gradable ones. For your homework, refer to your book's exercise L, page 87. So in your books, page 87, exercise L for your homework. Okay, I guess that is it for the lesson today, and thank you so much for your time.